Hello, I'm in Palm Springs and I'm trying to get ahead of these videos and they're super fun. So, this one's Letters to Ewan 58 Unconditional Love. Dear Ewan, the last experiences have me thinking of unconditional love. It's something I've never tried to do. It always seemed foolish as an ideal. It's too virtual and I avoid getting caught up self contorting toward things I'm not sure are possible while I'm lacking a real felt sense of an impulse. Restated, if I'm going to attempt something impossible, then I have to feel that I really want it. It just clicked in Hannah's comment. It sounds like unconditional love. Last night with my B&B host, my life is doing an awesome integration shuffle as a felt sense in my body has found purchase with my virtual stream of understanding. Voldemort told me once, look at their eyes when they see something about their lives with freshness. They always track left to right. Some old moments snapshot was just replaced, and the whole deck must now reshuffle. I feel good, peaceful, and alive. I'm headed to meet a friend, and my B&B host was walking by, and I pulled him in for a kiss. He's such a great kisser. We'll probably warm each other tonight. I slept 6 hours last night, which is more than my current 4 hour average over the last 6 months. I didn't feel like I needed the sleep, but his body was warm and cuddly, and I just preferred going back to bed. We were laying there this morning, and he said, I don't understand why people don't want intimacy, even if it's just for a moment. That's the kind of thing that I'm usually saying. My read on him was that he was just a shy guy. I was open to intimacy with him, but it felt safe. This won't go anywhere. He's not a lion. But last night when he moved to kiss me, all stories were rewritten. It's so interesting to me how I'm drawn to these guys that are more sides. They're not tops or bottoms. I love to fuck, but this side play thing is really nice. It's more focused on intimacy than on penetration. Penetration requires one of us to wash our ass out, which is a lot of work. All the prep makes the goal orientedness feel built in. Enemas are vaguely traumatizing, so I get it. I said to my B&B host, I know I want to wander tonight. Text me if you don't bring somebody home and I'll come sleep with you. He replied, I'll text if I bring somebody. Just assume the spot is yours. Cute. There's a little hook now. I can take that as a condition, a pre-given offer. There's some longing and some allergy for a sure thing. I'm going to wander and trust the flow and be in amicable waiting, and I'll know radiance when I see it. Maybe I'll see the couple from last night, the one where me and one of them felt attraction. Maybe I'll go up to both of them and introduce myself. It's okay. And if I feel tired and ready for bed, I'll go back to my temporary bed and get in bed with my new lover, and we'll kiss and stroke each other, and I'll dream and he'll tell me it's okay. To love unconditionally, the opposite must be honored. I must accept love unconditionally. Here comes the wisdom from the burn again. Non-commodification enables creativity. I once wrote a paper for a microeconomics class I took in Denver when the cult leaders were trying to convince me that teaching special education wasn't professional enough and I should be an accountant. The econ teacher talked about her love of the band Green Day almost every class. She was a bit of a mess, and it gave me courage to write a paper that probably wouldn't fly in a normal econ class. Economics of Infinite Love. What happens if supply is infinite? If supply is infinite, then price plummets. If I only know how to pay for things, what will I do when what I need is free? When price is zero, utility replaces price as the limiter. We have relatively infinite air, so we only breathe what we can. How much love can I consume? Manchester Pride officially starts in 3, 2, 1. First radiance was with Simon. I was dizzy and then thought, I don't need to pay anything for this. I came back into my body and made the awkwardness of not trying to exchange anything look smooth. We had a nice conversation. He's retired and was an engineer and a lawyer. He wouldn't tell me his next project because the last time he told people what he was up to, it didn't happen. It's radiant, but it's in a limbo for too long. I wish him well, saying, Well, Simon, you're the first man I've been attracted to at Pride. Have a great weekend. He smiled like he couldn't believe me, but let it in a little anyway. I moved and ran into my B&B host's friends from the night before. They're young and we dance for hours. I tell them I'm headed for food. One of them runs into me and we kiss. I grab his head and make him slow down. He follows me to meet a different guy. I lose him accidentally as I go to the bathroom and run into an older guy from Scotland. We exchange numbers after we both get hard, kissing with overextended tongues. I meet up with a guy from a hookup app from Germany. His friends are pretty lame and he's incandescent. I don't feel attraction yet. He asks me interesting questions about my trip, and I tell him exactly what has been happening with you, with the writing, with love. The big declaration is unrequitedness is not a good reason to deny love. He tells me it's horrible to love without being loved back. He goes to get a beer, and I tell him I won't be here with his friends when he returns. We throw out ideas of getting a coffee later. I round a corner and meet Claudia. We connect instantly over our hatred of London. Her friend Portia comes to make sure I'm not harassing Claudia. We all laugh, and Portia sneaks booze past the guards at the stage venue. I still haven't felt attraction for more than Simon and the Scottish guy. I break away from Claudia and Portia to write and instead meet Nick and his friends. He's a theater critic. We take selfies. I could definitely have sex with Nick, but I don't feel the radiance. I have some sense that I would, but he doesn't seem to realize he's attractive. I break from them and write down my thoughts. While they were talking to me, I can see Claudia and Portia looking at me, and I can't tell if I'd rather just keep hanging out with them. There's something about them that's refreshing. There's a part of me waiting, a longing. I gird the loins of my heart. I choose to see what happens next. I contemplate unconditional love, and my attraction has vanished. I don't feel upset. Thoughts of my B&B host are warm. I'm glad I have a guaranteed cuddle. I don't know who I am here. People are pushing past in the crowd. It's so easy to slip past instead of pushing. The difference is an acknowledgement of humanity. The pushing feels dark. It's so easy to tap someone on the shoulder and gesture that we're coming through. It's so easy to say, "Excuse me." Darkness is a feature of non-duality. I think of Thibaut from The Burn and feel patience and waiting. In his workshop, I had a vision of being swans consumed by black tar in total patience and equanimity. Darkness needs to work itself out. Unconditional love can see darkness. I go into Via and I'm weaving between people as I bump into Ben. He's smitten. I think he's cute and I'm drawn. He leans in and we talk. It's great. He's still smitten. He keeps leaning in, and I say, "This is the part where we kiss." And he goes for it. I show him this attuning pause all great kissers use as a handshake. He learns quickly. The kiss is amazing. People are bumping him. I extend my field around him and they bounce off. He's so turned on by this. I'm rooted, using the Tai Chi I know to be bouncy but planted. My body is communicating to everyone that he and I are in this spot, not like stones, like bendy trees. We're kissing. I place my thigh between his legs and cup the inside of his left butt cheek in my right hand, not touching his hole, but stretching it as I support it. I start squatting and rising, like thrusting, but keeping my pelvis level, just giving him a ride where all the mindlessness bounces off of us. Where are you staying? Can I buy you a drink? Levenshulme. I could feel a pull to go after kissing him for 15 minutes or so. My attraction kept disappearing and reappearing. You can stay with me. Can I buy you a drink? I don't need to drink anymore. I'll give you my number. It's time for me to go. Won't you let me buy you a drink? I don't want one. He's exasperated. I try to get his number again, and he's not going for it. Why wouldn't he want me to have his number? My brain says, this is one of those cautions that normal people have to strangers. He gets his phone out. He'll take my number but not give me his? This is weird. I don't understand, and I start typing my number in. 512-808-6. You know, you're a real drag, he says, and I'm gone, sliding through the crowd. I let it go so quickly. I've learned that insulting for connection is anathema to me, and it's currently not workable to even consider learning more about it. The phone thing plus the insult triggered some let this go now. Fish and chips is the loudest voice in my mind. I see people with their people and smile. Thank God for everybody found. I see the guy from Germany again in passing. He can't understand that I'm just saying hi in passing. I'm not trying to hang out with him and his boring friends. He's signaling that he's following his friends and I move on. Aside, when I got home, he had sent a bunch of messages about how sexy I am. He wants to hook up. I probably would have if he had led with coffee. Fish and chips, fish and chips, fish and chips are unconditional love? The hot dog a couple hours ago was a scam. The fries were the worst. I can feel the importance of lovers. I release a hope that I didn't know I had, to not believe in the feature of darkness. I thought combating the darkness was best done by not seeing it. I felt fine the whole time, not detached but not attachable. I want to feel something besides the same. Fish and chips. I'm basically where I started 6 hours ago. An amazing set of experiences, but I have collected no witnesses. I'm alone. I accepted love unconditionally, but I didn't build anything. I can see why I wanted to go back with Claudia and Portia. My brain says, this is nothing, and it sounds like a brag, but it's actually a desperate realization. It's not tasty or horrible, but it's true, and I need truths to stick if I'm going to live this way. This is nothing. I remember enlightened guys saying, the Zen masters say that nothing is better than something. The meanings that get auto-loaded into me are sus. If I'm going to have a meaning, why do I chain it so locally to the moment? Why does what just happened hold such sway? Is it because I won't be able to say I earned it if it didn't just happen? That's a vestige of conditional love. There, I was only allowed to have feelings about what just happened. B needs A to precede it. Who made the rule that I can't flip through any page of my life's book? It seems like it's giving up so much to know I'm okay, but it's my only recourse now. Inside of the nothing, I lack evidence for either okayness or not okayness. Not being okay doesn't feel true. I'd have to work very hard to justify not being okay. I go back to a million meanings that stuck and immediately feel a deeper ease. I imagine my friends and family in the corner of my mind and suspend myself in my body's memories. I let myself have the memory of knowing my best friend JP. My body feels a permanent fixture of okayness that frees my mind from rules about time. I don't really understand what I'm saying, but something intuitive just clicked, and not understanding this is easy. I'm through. Understanding after moving through is like picking a scab. It's some instinctual impulse to prevent infection. I don't believe in backsliding, so I don't have to defend myself from anything. I am not Humpty. I have always known I am not the egg. I am in it. I fall asleep on the bus back to Levenshulme, clutching my bags as I doze, and wake up at my stop. I stumble down the road and into my B&B. I climb the stairs and open the door of a man I met 3 days ago. I strip and climb in on what's become my side. He's hot, temperature-wise. I pull the cover back a bit and wrap my arms around him. We kiss briefly before he rolls over. We seem to like me as the big spoon. I slept 8 hours, double the average of the last 6 months. Time is weird when love is peri unconditional. Something has changed, but I still remember the time, the before, with my body and habits. I have access to love throughout my life right now. My attraction has plummeted but become so much more clear. I have zero interest in turning anyone on. Maybe that'll change, but I'm a being that is learning to receive love unconditionally. Not all the world has something to give me or something I can receive. During the edit, I think, what's the difference between codependency and building? Receiving love unconditionally is integral to participating in economies of infinite love. Everybody focuses on loving unconditionally, and I think they've been tricked into using an ideal to bypass the strange, confusing sensations here. I'm not sure what love I'm emitting, if any. A thought comes to me. It might not be your job to make sure everyone receives your love unconditionally. I feel so simply and non triumphantly free. It's one part agoraphobia and two parts altitude acclimation. I'm learning to breathe again. Enlightened guys said it wasn't an empty nothing. I nod towards you, Ewan, like Alfred towards Bruce Wayne at the end of those movies. If I'm going crazy, at least it's interesting, and I don't seem to be causing damage. Figuring things out in the wake of our meetings unlocking. Mike.